Hi everybody, welcome along to the FA Cup first round reviews. Obviously we've got the second round coming out in about an hour, so I'm desperate to try and get this uploaded before the second round cup draw comes out. So I went through the preview, we went through, I picked out I think 12 games where we gave my predictions. We're going to talk about them. Plenty of big upsets in the first round. Three I think non-league sides turned over 3 league teams. We're going to get through that and we're going to explain about that as well and who we think could get who in the next round. So we're going to start off with the first game. AFC Wimbledon knocked out Lincoln. So Lincoln had a fantastic cup run last year. Got all the way to the quarterfinals. They got turned over by Arsenal at the Emirates. And to go out in the first round is a big disappointment for them. It just shows you one year you can do really well, next year you can't. They went down 1-0 to AFC Wimbledon side who progressed to the next round for a Lyle Taylor striker. He's had a good season so far this year. Not the best season last year, but I think he's already beat his total goals for last season already, so that's a positive. And it's good to see AFC Wimbledon into the next round. Not be good to have a cup run to maybe distract their poor league form, but as I said before, big disappointment for Lincoln in terms of trying to get to where they were last season in the FA Cup, or even try and get anywhere near that. And to go in the first round is a big disappointment, having not had to play any qualifying rounds like they did last year. Let's move to the next game. This is a bit of a big shock for me. Boreham Wood 2, Blackpool 1. Luke Garrett's side struck back, come back from 1-0 down with 2 goals from Blair Turgott, a product of the V9 Academy. He's on loan from Stevenage as well. He used to play at West Ham. He's been in around the leagues since being released from West Ham, but he's found his feet through the V9 Academy. Loaned out to Boreham Wood, and he took his goal really well. Obviously, Blackpool took the lead through Danny Philliskirk. He took his goal really well. Nice left foot finish across the keeper, and then the winner came from a corner right at the end. On loan Cheltenham striker Dan Holman, who's a fantastic goal scorer at this level. Scored 30 when Cheltenham went up a couple of seasons ago from National to League 2. He popped up with a winning goal right at the end. And it's a fantastic result for Boreham Wood. They probably believe now that they can go on and make another big cup upset. Luke Garrett did come out and say that he thinks they could do what Sutton and Lincoln did last year. And he said there's got to be one non-league team who are going to progress and go on to shock people. And I think they could be Boreham Wood. If they can get that home ground where they are, if they can get that really in full voice and make it hostile, if they can get a home tie, or if they get an away tie and take a big contingent of Boreham Wood fans up to a certain away ground, then I think they can go far. They played quite well against Blackpool. First half, Blackpool should have been out of sight in my opinion. Callum Cook had a hatful of chances to really wrap the game up. Hit the post in the first half, went wide in the first half as well, and it kind of come back to bite Blackpool where you don't take your chances. You allow the team, Boreham Wood in this predicament, to stay in the game. And they took both their goals really well, and I'm pleased to see that. They got through to the next round. So moving to the next game, this is another non-league first league affair. It was Ebbsfleet 2, Doncaster 6. So the scoreline suggests this could have been a bit of a thumping really, but I don't think it was. Ebbsfleet took a 2-0 lead and then took a 2-0 lead early in the first half. Blew it by the time it got to half time. Late first half goals from Doncaster really did kick them into gear in the second half, and they really turned on the style in the second half and showed why they're a League One side. Ebbsfleet gave it a good go. Not doing well in the National League this season. They proved they're a tough nut to crack at home. It's a lovely new stadium down at Ebbsfleet. It's not too far from where I live at the moment, and it's been in the process of going through a rebuild. So it's nice to see they've got a nice little ground down there, and I'm sure that bigger and better things will come from them. I think consolidation in the National League should be essential for them after coming up from the South last season. They've done quite well. I think they got automatic promotion from the South. They went up from the playoffs in the South last year, so it's positive stuff for Ebbsfleet. They'll get a good bit of money as well coming out of that cup tie. But looking at Doncaster, they needed to get that win as well. Went 2-0 down. They probably could have thought it was a banana skin. They showed good character to go and hit 6 goals as well after coming back from 2-0 down. It's good to see that. And then they put their place into the hat for the second round. So into the next game, we've got Gillingham playing Leyton Orient. The first time Leyton Orient have ever been a non-league side going into the first round of the FA Cup. I mean, you wouldn't expect it, would you? Like a rich club like Leyton Orient, rich in heritage and a good, solid foundation, which has been kind of torn apart in recent years thanks to I can't remember his name, but Bichetti. I can't remember his first name. He's really tore the club apart in terms of not running it properly. And they gave it a good go against Gillingham. Went down 2-0. Went down 2-1 here. Got a goal from Josh Parker and a strike from Tom Eaves booked Gillingham's place in the next round. That's needed for them as well. They've had a bit of an inconsistent season. They're struggling in League One. Both sides are struggling in their respective leagues this season. It's probably been hard to transition for Leyton Orient from coming down into League 2 into the National League. It's probably been quite a rude awakening for them in terms of just summing up how tough the National League is. I mean, you see the likes of Cambridge, who struggled before they went up. Tranmere Rovers are another huge club who've come down. They've struggled in there for a good 3 or 4 years now. There's some big names, Hartlepool as well, who joined them last season in League Two relegation. So it's not easy to get out of the National League, and we've seen that with many clubs who have come up, and it's taken a good 4 or 5 years to get something going down there. So the success and the rebuild isn't going to happen overnight at Leyton Orient. It's going to take a good few months. But they're building in the right direction. They've got a good crop of players down there. Some say they could do with a bit more youth embedded into the side. They've got a good mix of experience, and they've had a couple of injury problems as well. So the future doesn't look too dim for Leyton Orient. They can start this season. That would be a big success for them, in my opinion. Let's move into the next game. We're going to go on and talk about Cambridge United. They beat Sutton United 1-0. Saw the highlights this last night. It's actually looked a really good game, to be fair. Both sides, it was a good old-fashioned cup tie, good tackles flying in. George Maris got sent off in the first half for a second bookable offence. Something a dive that Tom Daly would be proud of off the diving board. Not something that belonged on the 10-metre platform, not a football pitch. And it's a bit embarrassing, really, how he really looked for the foul, George Maris. Not a bad little player, to be fair. I've seen a bit of Cambridge this season. I've gone up a few times in international breaks, and I've seen them play. He's quite a tidy little player for League Two. And he's really embarrassed himself there, but I don't want to talk about that. Cambridge took their goal quite nicely. Giovanni Brown chested it down, volleyed it onto the crossbar. Suspicion of handball maybe in the build-up to his chest control, but not to me. And then Jabber Beret popped up his 5th goal in all competitions this season with a lovely little half volley. Maybe the keeper could have saved that, because it's one of them ones where he didn't catch the volley cleanly, but he managed to get enough on it to try and guide it into the bottom corner. But Sutton had a few chances in the second half, hit the post in the second half. I can't remember what the boy's name was, but he's a fantastic shot. The second half, David Ford in the Cambridge United goal was beaten, and had a big chance right at the end to another good save from David Ford, who's been a good reassurance in between the sticks for Cambridge this season. They're not conceding many goals. They've gained a few more goals to their game this year, and I'm sure they'll definitely be up for promotion this year. Currently sitting in 12th, and I think they'll go on to do well this season. As for Sutton, sitting in 5th in the National League this season, probably one of my picks to go up from National League this season. Well organised side under Paul Doswell, looked quite good against Cambridge. Were unlucky not to get anything. They gave it everything they could, and to come away without a replay probably felt harsh on them. But it does show you it shows them against the League Two opposition they can match and they can mix themselves. They went 4-4-2 yesterday. Went quite dynamic to try and match up against a strong physical Cambridge United side. They also opted for 2 up front as well. So it was interesting to see how both sides would get on. Fantastic result for Cambridge. Looking to try and get into round 3 again. They've got some big ties in the past in round 3, like United in 14-15, and last season as well. At home, they had Leeds United as well. So the 3rd round will be lucrative for them. But as for Sutton, it's not really a big problem. Done well last season in the cup, but focus on the league probably could be more important for them this year. Moving to the next game, Charlton Athletic 3, Truro 1. Big result for Charlton in terms of progressing to the next round. Been a fantastic season so far under Carl Robinson. Good to see him transitioning down there. It's not been the best off the pitch scenario for Charlton this season. It's been quite hard to try and nail down last season as well, which is quite a tough adaptation really from Championship to League One. But Carl Robinson, he knows his stripes in this league, in my opinion, and he's a good manager in terms of what he's done down at Charlton. Against the Truro side, he scored their first goal in the FA Cup first round in their history as well. The first Cornish side to get into the FA Cup for over 56 years. So it does tell you something. They're in the National League South, currently sitting in the playoff places. They occupy one of the playoff places. They're going quite well in the National League South. And it's not the worst result for Truro. They gave it a good crack. They went in, got a goal at 2-1, so you probably could have thought they could have gone to get something from the game. But Charlton's quality showed, and most importantly for them, they're into the next round. So moving on, one of my local teams, Dartford, were home to Swindon. They didn't go yesterday, but they got absolutely trumped 5-1 by Swindon. A full-strength Swindon side as well, if I say so. Dartford were really outclassed in this game. You can see a big golfing class between the National League South and League Two. However, Dartford give it a good go in front of a big crowd down at Princes Park as well. Good support from Swindon and the big home crowd who turned up to support the support the Darts as well. Good couple of good finishes from Max Elsnick, I think his name is. He took his couple of goals well. Amin Lingandi took his goal really well as well in the second half. Fantastic strike. And Toby Show Silva goes up and pops up and gets a goal for Dartford. Sent the crowd in the raptures as well. Good to see them get a goal at least and go out on some sort of high. They can really hold their heads high in terms of what's been a very good cup campaign, culminating in a good tie against Swindon. They'll get some good money for it as well, and it could really help them financially off the pitch. So moving on, we're going to talk about Leatherhead. They drew 1-1 with Billericay. Billericay are going into the second round hat for the first time. They force a replay, going back to the AGP Arena to try and get to officially book a place in the second round of the FA Cup for the first time. We'll find out later on who they get tonight. Billy Bricknell penalty. He scored 30 goals last season for Billericay. Glenn Tamplin, the owner, bankrolled him last year as well, bankrolled him again this year. He's stated that he wants a good cup run this year. Promotion's definitely the aim from the Bostik League as well. Well, they've got 4 or 5 games in hand, I think, now on the teams above them. So, with the quality they've got as well, you should really be expecting them to go on and get a league title under their belts. Ricky Modeste went down under the penalty for Billericay as well. Looked outside the box, but the referee probably didn't have the best of angles, to be fair, so he gave the penalty and Bricknell stepped up and stuck it in the bottom corner. Leatherhead are a tough side as well. Jimmy Bullard managed them last year, but it'd be interesting to see how they get on as well in the replay. And we just got to see what happens, and could be a lucrative tie in the next round. I'm going to get on to the next game I want to get onto is Maidstone 4, Cheltenham Town 2. Fantastic result for Maidstone. Not doing too bad in the National League this season. Currently mid-table, creeping potentially into a playoff place this season. A couple of ex-Cambridge United boys chipped in with a couple of goals. A brace from Delano, Sam York, who was one of the reasons why Cambridge got fired up to the League 2 last season. Scored 2 good goals, a good header in the first half and a well-taken finish in the second half. And a goal from Joe Pickett as well, the ex-Charlton man and Cambridge United man. He's really probably found his level in the National League. League 2 last season looked a cut above for him, but he's gone down into the National League with Maidstone. Took his goal really well as well. The only disappointing thing for Maidstone is Delano Samuel did get sent off. I thought the tackle probably wasn't really a straight red, probably yellow card at the most. I don't think it was malicious. It was just one of the ones where he's come in late. The Cheltenham boys took the ball, skipped past him, and he's gone in late really. Probably didn't warrant a red card. Similar to one we saw at Millwall with Jed Wallace. Similar one to that from a different angle. But anyway, fantastic result for Maidstone. They'll be fancying their chances, I think, going into the next round. They have the towels up in the air. Fantastic backing from the Maidstone fans on Saturday up at Cheltenham, and it's a good result for them to see them get into the next round. So there you have it, guys. There is my FA Cup round 1 roundup. If you do like it, hit the like button, subscribe for more EFL content and FA Cup content as well, and we'll see you all on the next video. Bye bye.